Hi, I'm Tristan Blackwolf, and I want to tell you a little story about how I got $5 for being entertaining in a men's room. Don't go there. It's not about sex. That's what makes that comment funny. Now, allow me. Back in the ancient days of the Texas Renaissance Festival, not too ancient, but I had gone that one year as a guest, as a visitor, and I was going to join the group, but I didn't quite get the right vibe, so I didn't. I was going to have a gypsy character and tell fortunes and my tarot cards because I'm a fairly good reader. So I went in costume anyway. I didn't get a discount or anything, but I thought, what the heck, I'll be in the spirit of the thing. I had on my pouch hung around my belt that a bag with my tarot cards. Now, the rules of the fair said that I could certainly give readings if I wished to, but I could not ask to be paid. If I were to be paid, it would have to be a tip of some kind. And I did get a few people who actually gave me a monetary tip. Another fellow went and bought me a Coke, which was worth about $2.50 in those days. A can, we're talking, all right? So have fun with that. Meanwhile, here I am at the Ren Fair. Now, Texas Renaissance Festival takes place in October each year. As a result, the weather is unpredictable. You have no idea. Some weekends are roasting. They could get as high as 100-something Fahrenheit. Absolutely, certainly not 100-something Celsius. I hope not. It'd be pretty bad. But that's serious global warming. But instead, you can also get times, my favorite times, were when the weather got cold, because then you could put on more in your costume and enjoy it instead of having fairly heavy brocades or whatever that people would wear. So, it's not COVID, I promise. You can't catch it. So, what happened was that I was in my gypsy costume. I went, and this particular day had another factor of weather that sometimes, in fact, often happens. A downpour, a deluge. It was the sound of cataracts. The sky opened, and there was the entirety of the Atlantic Ocean pouring in on us. I'm certain of it. So, everybody ran for cover. In the original days of the Texas Ren Fair, when it was still small, they had porta potties. This is what they had available. As the fair got bigger and began to have permanent structures, they finally, thank goodness, created permanent structures that were bathrooms, restrooms. So you could actually have this huge cement structure, cement floor and everything, so that we would be able to withstand the mud that happens from these deluges. And it was divided right in the middle. Here's the women's side, here's the men's side, and there's a vestibule on either side, and the doors into the actual areas for poopies and potties and things like that were around another corner. So you had this vestibule, which was fairly large, bigger than this room, if I remember. So the idea was that everybody poured into them. Now, men and women alike, they did not care. Well, I was in on the men's side because I happened to be closer to that, and something in my brain said, go to the men's side. I'm not feeling the female side today. Let's go to the men's side. So I went to the men's side, and there were a few women in there. Nobody cared because there wasn't any naughty going on in the back or anything. It was protection from the rain. Everybody got this. That's fine. So we're all kind of half soaked and not really having a whole lot of good times. I sat myself down in the corner, waited for a bit, and we started hearing the rain back off. Says, oh, great, this will help a lot. Sure enough, it cranked up again. Boosh! Just horrendous. No thunder, but it was just, again, pouring down rain. People were, oh, this is ridiculous. We can't stand this. What do we pay money for? So I thought the madness took over. Come on, I said. I got up. Now, what's all this complaining I'm hearing around here? This is the Texas Renaissance Festival. We're supposed to be having fun. So I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to teach you a new song. How's that? I'll teach you a song. So there was a group called Oak, Ash, and Thorn. Wonderful group that had only one recording that I'm aware of. I think there are two. There may be something still on the internet. I got to go find it again. But recording meaning full album, like 10 songs. And they had one called She'd a Dark and a Roving Eye. And I thought, this is going to work. Excuse it. Now, pros would edit that out, but hey, I'm an amateur and having fun. If you're paying for this, thank you. If you're not, have fun anyway. The point being, I was going to teach them the chorus part of the song, which is basically, she'd a dark and a roving eye, and her hair hung down in ringlets. She was a fine girl, a decent girl, but one of the rakish kind. Now, their job was the claps. Okay? So I taught them the claps. And then I began, as best I could, as I strolled off one evening out for a night's career, I spied a lovely vessel, and after her I steered. I hoisted her my signals, which she very quickly knew, and when she seen my bunting rise, she immediately hove to. She'd a dark and a roving eye, and her hair hung down in ringlets. She was a fine girl, a decent girl, but one of the rakish kind. There's two more verses. I won't put you through them. The voice is not my best today. But here's the point. Everybody cheered like crazy. It was great feeling to be able to just do this. So the madness took off. I had fun. And then there's this fellow who came up who they sold beer by the yard. Now, this means a 3-foot tall glass, about yay big around as I recall it. I don't know how much alcohol it really was, how much actual beer was in there, but he looked to be a few yards down the line, okay? He hadn't quite made a first down, but he was getting there. So he just had this thing in one hand, and he said, "That was fantastic, man, I loved it!" And he slapped my hand, and in it was a $5 bill. So that was how I got paid $5 for being entertaining in a men's room. I'm Tristan Blackwolf. Hope you enjoyed it.